I know what you're thinking. He can talk? Hello everybody, this is Emma and I'm Ramon here to say I'm going to be doing a vlog today. So I haven't done a vlog in a hot minute, and my brother asked me a question that a lot of you guys like to ask me too, which was, and I quote, "Are you contributing to society?" So I figured I would let you guys know how I'm doing work, school, and play life. The last show I was in was Man of No Importance, and I took a break from doing acting for a while, and now I am in Our Town, um, as Howie, so a small role, still more lines than I'm used to. I like to be small roles because it's less pressure on me, and the blocking is hard enough, so I figured I'd do a small role, and, the best part about doing a small role is you can really put your whole self into it. You can create the character sometimes. Yeah, I have to bring my cat to the vet shortly. And she's diabetic, so she has to go get checked every so often. I think it's supposed to be every 3 months, but the last time she had like a whole moment where I thought she was dying, and they were like, "We're gonna see her in 1 month." I said, "Okay, fair enough." So that is today. So I'm gonna bring her to the vet today. Um, even though I've said vet like 3 times, she hasn't moved. She's just chilling on the chair. I was gonna record a video on my chair, do another Detroit Become Human game play, but she's laying there, and I'm like, you know what? Let's let her be comfortable because I do have to bring her to the vet. See, she's still not. She doesn't care anymore. She just knows she has to get it done. Anyway, so small roles, you can really put your whole self into it. You can kind of create the character. I'm just a milkman, who ends up telling people what I think the weather is going to be like. So, very, what's the word, nonchalant, I guess? Very nonchalant character. Do you like these earrings I made? Five Below had these crazy worms that I used to love when I was younger. So I was like, I'm just gonna turn them into earrings. And I did. Only spent like $3 on it. So, total. So that's what I'm doing play-wise. We only just started doing rehearsals a few weeks ago, so the show's not for like maybe a few months. Well, not a few months, but maybe like 2 months. I can't remember when they said it was gonna be, so I'm gonna have to ask them when I see them on Thursday. But that's just one aspect of my life. So I am taking 2 classes. I was originally taking 2.5 classes, one that was half a semester long, but I last week I got so anxious about missing class because class was supposed to be at 10 a.m. on Friday, and I have a hard time waking up. I woke up at 8 today, but I can't do that every day. And I just had this whole panic attack because I didn't know I had another class, but then when I checked the website on Thursday, it said I had a class at 10 a.m. the next day, and I was like, I can't do it. So I emailed my advisor, and I was like, I can't do it. She's like, do you want to just switch it? And I'm like, yes. So I was going to switch it to the other half of the semester instead of the first half. And she's like, actually, there's no available spots for that anymore. The best I can do is just drop it. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to drop it. So now I'm just doing ASL, American Sign Language, or sign language. And I am taking women's psychology, which apparently is not mandatory in my psychology field, but I felt like it really should be, so I'm taking it. And I've only done that class twice now because there was no school on Martin Luther King Day, so no Monday class, but there was a Tuesday one. And then the day you're seeing, well, the day you see this video, it's been weeks, but the day I'm recording this, I just had my second class in that class because there was a snow day yesterday. So so far they seem great. I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy these classes. And in the ASL class, the professor, he's deaf, and the rule for the class is there's no talking. You can only sign. So you see a lot of again and slow. That's what I do a lot. I'm like, can you do it again, but slowly? And I just adjusted my glasses that aren't on my head. And he just did something so funny. We're like almost done with the class, and he goes, attention, everybody. And then we all silent. We were talking a little bit, not gonna lie. We were talking even though there's no talking in the class. And he said, I know what you're thinking. He can talk? I was thinking that. And I thought it was really funny. So I figured I'd mention it. Also, this has been a while now, but September 23rd was my first year from already having top surgery. So last year, 2025, was the first year after having the surgery in 2024. That I don't even think I said that correctly, but whatever, I knew what I meant. So, I had top surgery in 2024, and I do not regret it, like, not one bit. And, nor do I regret being on testosterone. I am growing an Adam's apple, you cannot tell. And, but I can feel it. And that was, like, I knew it was going to happen. Well, actually, I didn't know. When I first started testosterone, I did not know that you could grow an Adam's apple. But now that I do know, I am okay with it, but it did take me a while to get used to the fact that I'm going to be growing Adam's apple, because that means that it's harder to change your voice. So that's why I decided to go back to doing vocal lessons. I got a different vocal coach this time, because she's nearby and I can come see her, and it's only like a 20-minute drive. The other person is over 2 hours away, and I never could see her. We just did virtual, which I'm not great with virtual anything. That's why I didn't want to do virtual classes. I'm just not great when it's virtual. I gotta be in person or I'm not focused enough. But yeah, even though I know I'm gonna grow an Adam's apple and I'm already growing one, I am still okay with being on testosterone because this is just who I am. I like myself more when I'm on testosterone. I grow facial hair, my voice is deep, and I just really, I wouldn't change this. And there are people who are really struggling because they cannot go on T, or they cannot go on E, or they cannot go on hormone blockers. There are people who are struggling because these things are not available to them. And it makes me feel bad for them, but also grateful for where I am. And do I still get hate? Yes, all the fucking time. But I am very grateful for what I have. And I wish more people who are the same way I am could have those resources that are honestly life-saving. And people are like, we should get rid of trans care for youth. You know what trans care is? It starts off with therapy, and I think everybody should have therapy. And so if you're a kid and you're like, hey, I'm born in a female body, but I am a man inside, the first thing you need is therapy. And people think, oh, they're going to go straight on to hormones. They're a minor. Their parents have to okay their hormones if they do that. But most likely, they're not going to be able to do that until they're an adult. So really, there's nothing you're preventing here. If you're trans, you're going to be fucking trans no matter what. You either die trans, or you try to live and survive as the trans person you are. That's literally it. But I'm gonna get off that segue and go on to work. I work in the foundation department of my college. That's the department that gets all the scholarships. We build up the money to do scholarships. I don't do that. I don't do any of the technical stuff. I just organize things in office spaces and on their websites. So I just organize things on the computer, or like I fill mail, like I just fold it and put it in envelopes. It's not glamorous by any means, but it's nice, and it's good. I can just put my earbuds in, listen to a podcast. Everything's A-okay. So I do get paid. I do think they're going to send me back the money that I paid for tuition, because they did that last semester. So I think they're going to do that again, but I'm not 100% sure, because that could have been just a fluke. Who knows? But it's not a bad job. I like it. And what I do is I have classes Monday and Tuesday. from now on. So I don't really have time to go to work Monday or Tuesday. But whenever I'm not in classes, so like Wednesday through Friday, I just go in whenever I'm available. And I really like this flexibility that they have. I just tell my boss what I'm going to do and I do it. And but also that also means that there's like when I'm not feeling well, I can just tell them I'm not feeling well and not come in, and it's not a big deal. I am contributing to society. Thanks, Brad. That's my brother's name. Um, but yeah, and you know what? Let's just go on to the TikTok of the week.
This and tell me how many minutes are in 1 year.
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? And here's the meme of the week. I do appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate you guys for following me on my journey and figuring out like who I am together. And it's just delightful what we can do as a community. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mini Mo signing off. Bye.